There's a single tool available on Amazon for under $30 that repair shops and dealerships genuinely do not want you to own. And the reason has nothing to do with the tool being dangerous or illegal, and everything to do with the fact that it gives you access to the exact same information their technicians use to diagnose your vehicle. Information that shops currently charge $100 to $150 to provide as a standalone service. This tool exists, it works on virtually every vehicle manufactured after 1996, it takes 30 seconds to use, and the automotive industry has known about it for decades, while most drivers have no idea it exists. Mechanics and shop owners will tell you that diagnostic equipment is complex and requires professional training to use correctly. And while that's partially true for advanced diagnosis, the entry-level function that reveals what triggered your check engine light requires zero mechanical knowledge and about as much technical skill as checking your email. Independent testing and consumer advocacy organizations have documented that this tool, costing less than a meal at a sit-down restaurant, performs the initial diagnostic step that shops bill as a $100 service. Before I tell you exactly what it is, let me explain why having this information before walking into any repair shop is worth far more than the tool's purchase price, and why shops prefer customers who don't have it. Hey, if you like this kind of straight-to-the-point content with no BS, help me out here. Subscribe to the channel right now. It takes 2 seconds and guarantees you won't miss any tips that could save you some serious cash. Let me explain what's actually happening when your check engine light comes on, because understanding this makes everything else clear. Every vehicle sold in the United States after 1996 is required by federal law to have a standardized diagnostic system called OBD2, which stands for Onboard Diagnostics Second Generation. This system monitors hundreds of sensors and systems throughout your vehicle continuously while you drive. When any sensor reading falls outside acceptable parameters, the vehicle's computer stores a diagnostic trouble code called a DTC and activates the check engine light. These codes are stored in the vehicle's computer memory and remain there until cleared. The codes follow a standardized format that every vehicle uses regardless of manufacturer. A code like P0 300 means random multiple cylinder misfire on any vehicle, whether it's a Ford, Toyota, Honda, or BMW. A code like PO 4420 means catalytic converter efficiency below threshold. There are hundreds of standardized codes that mean the same thing across all manufacturers. When you drive to a shop with the check engine light on, the first thing the technician does is plug a diagnostic scanner into the OBD2 port, which is a 16-pin connector located under the dashboard on the driver's side within 3 feet of the steering wheel in virtually every vehicle. The scanner reads the stored codes from the computer in under 60 seconds. The shop then charges you $60 to $150 for this service, often called a diagnostic fee or scan fee. The fee is sometimes applied toward any repairs you authorize, sometimes not, depending on shop policy. Here's what the shop doesn't tell you. This exact port, reading these exact codes, is accessible to any device that connects to the OBD2 protocol. The port is standardized by law. The codes are standardized by law. And a $20 to $40 Bluetooth adapter from Amazon can connect to this port and transmit the same codes to a free app on your smartphone. The technology has been available to consumers for years. The apps that interpret the codes, translate them into plain language descriptions, and even suggest likely causes are free or cost a few dollars. The information is identical to what the professional scanner reads. Now let me explain what this tool actually is and how it works, because understanding the technology helps you use it correctly. The tool is a Bluetooth or Wi-Fi OBD2 adapter, a small device roughly the size of a car key that plugs directly into your OBD2 port. Once plugged in, it pairs wirelessly with your smartphone and communicates with a diagnostic app. The adapter transmits the vehicle's computer data to the app, which decodes it into readable information. Entry-level adapters on Amazon cost $15 to $30 and handle the most important function, reading and clearing diagnostic trouble codes. Mid-range adapters in the $30 to $60 range provide additional functions, including live sensor data streaming, showing real-time readings from sensors like oxygen sensors, mass airflow sensors, throttle position, and coolant temperature. Premium adapters costing $60 to $150 provide advanced bidirectional controls that allow you to command certain vehicle functions, perform active tests, and access manufacturers' specific enhanced codes beyond the universal OBD2 standards. For most drivers, a $15 to $30 adapter handles the primary use case perfectly. The apps that pair with these adapters include several free options with solid functionality. Torque Pro for Android costs a few dollars and is widely considered the best value. Car Scanner ELM OBD2 is free with optional premium features. OBD Fusion provides a clean interface on both iOS and Android. Dash Command offers excellent visualization of live data. The free versions of most apps read and clear codes, which covers 90% of what most drivers need. How to use the tool. Locate your OBD2 port under the dashboard, usually visible, without needing to look with a flashlight in most vehicles. Plug the adapter in, turn the ignition to the on position without starting the engine, or start the engine if the app prefers that. Open the app on your phone and connect to the adapter via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi settings. Select Read Codes or Scan. The app displays any stored codes with plain language descriptions in under 60 seconds. Now let me explain how to use this information strategically when dealing with repair shops, because the tool's value goes beyond just reading the code. When you arrive at a shop already knowing the stored codes, you can tell them what the code is before they scan it. Watch their reaction. A trustworthy shop will confirm the same code and discuss repair options transparently. A less scrupulous shop might quote you repairs for a completely different problem, which tells you everything you need to know about whether to trust them with your vehicle. Use the code to research the issue before any repair appointment. Search the specific code, plus your vehicle year, make, and model. You'll find manufacturer technical service bulletins, if the problem is common enough to warrant official guidance, owner forms, where other drivers have documented their experiences and repair costs, and independent mechanic guides explaining the typical causes and repair approaches. This research tells you whether a $500 repair quote is reasonable or 3 times the typical cost. The tool also helps you verify whether a shop actually fixed your problem. After any repair where the check engine light was involved, scan for codes before you pay and leave the shop. Confirm the codes are cleared and no new codes have appeared. If the shop claims to have fixed the issue but codes reappear within a day or 2 of driving, you have grounds for a warranty claim on the repair. Use the tool to monitor your vehicle between service appointments. Checking for pending codes, which are codes that have been detected but haven't yet triggered the check engine light, can identify developing problems before they become expensive failures. A pending P0301 code, indicating a cylinder, 1 misfire caught early, means a spark plug replacement. The same misfire, ignored for months, can damage the catalytic converter, turning a $20 part into a $1,000 repair. Understanding what this tool cannot do is equally important. Reading a code identifies which system detected a problem, not necessarily which specific component failed. A P0420 catalytic converter code could indicate a failing catalytic converter, but it could also indicate a faulty oxygen sensor sending incorrect data, an exhaust leak upstream of the oxygen sensor, or an engine running condition that's damaging the converter. Professional diagnosis involves testing components, verifying readings, and identifying root causes rather than just reading codes. For complex drivability issues, unusual noises, or safety-related problems, professional diagnosis is genuinely valuable and worth paying for. The OBD2 scanner replaces the initial code reading service that shops charge for. It doesn't replace the diagnostic expertise that distinguishes a good mechanic from someone who just swaps parts until the light goes out. So here's the bottom line. The tool is a $15 to $30 Bluetooth OBD2 adapter paired with a free smartphone app. It reads the same diagnostic trouble codes that shops charge $60 to $150 to access. Knowing your codes before entering any shop prevents paying for information you already have, gives you research leverage for fair repair pricing, and allows you to verify repairs were completed correctly. The tool's limitations are real. Codes identify systems, not always specific failed components, and professional diagnosis of complex problems remains valuable. But for the initial code read that answers the question of why your check engine light is on, there is no reason to pay shop rates for a service this tool performs in 30 seconds for a one-time cost of less than $30.